around because today we're diving deep into the money matrix to answer the ultimate question: Bitcoin versus gold versus the dollar. What's the real difference and why should you care? Here's a spoiler alert. Only one of these can be sent across the planet in seconds, without banks, without borders, and without needing to find that one pen that still works for a check. Hey, I'm Josh, a Sacramento realtor, woodshop enthusiast, dad of three, and your neighborhood fixer-upper fixer. I spend my days helping people build their dream homes, but more importantly, I help them to build the financial foundation to make those dreams real. See, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon or stock tips whispered over a steak dinner. I had to learn how money really works the long way, through trial, error, and a lot of sweat equity. That's why I care so deeply about sharing what I've learned with folks like you. Because when you understand how money moves, you start to move differently. Whether you're a homeowner trying to hedge against inflation, a first-time buyer stacking your first dollars, or someone wondering if Bitcoin is just internet monopoly money, you're in the right place. Now, let's start with something simple but powerful: supply. Because the way something is created or how much of it exists tells us everything about its value. Now, gold is rare, sure. You've got to dig it up, refine it, transport it, secure it, and it takes serious effort. But here's the thing: there's no maximum supply. As technology improves and mining expands, more gold gets added to circulation. So it's rare, but it's not fixed. Dollars? Let's be real. The supply of US dollars is like a rubber band stretched by politics, crisis, and central bank decisions. Between 2020 and 2021, the US printed over 40% of all dollars ever created. That's not just inflation, it's monetary madness. The dollar is based on trust and policy, not scarcity. Bitcoin? Different game entirely. There will only ever be 21 million. That's hard-coded. No printing press, no bailout, no emergency stimulus. Just predictable mathematical scarcity. And every 4 years, the reward for mining new Bitcoin gets cut in half. That's called a halving. And it keeps the supply growth on a declining slope. Here's a quick analogy. Think of it like this. Gold is like planting trees in the forest. You get what grows, but there's still more land to discover. Dollars are like turning on a garden hose. Someone controls the faucet. Bitcoin is like a glacier, melting in exact tiny drips until one day it just stops. Let me paint you a picture. 3 friends are heading out to buy a piece of land. One brings heavy gold bars in a duffel bag. One rolls up with a backpack full of $100 bills. And the last one just taps their phone, Bitcoin wallet open, ready to transact. Now, guess who's going to get stopped at customs or trigger a call from the bank? And who will complete the deal with a couple of taps, secure the funds instantly, and have a digital paper trail with 0 middlemen? That's Bitcoin. It's scarcity you can verify. No scales, no vaults, no wire transfers that take 3 days and require your third cousin's maiden name. And when you understand that kind of supply control, scarcity with transparency, it makes you think differently about what money should be. Now, let's talk inflation, that sneaky, invisible tax that eats away at your money like termites in your foundation. You don't feel it right away, but give it time, and suddenly your dollar menu costs $10 and your savings account is just politely losing value. Let's break it down. Gold has been the go-to hedge for centuries. When currencies crash or economies wobble, people run to gold like it's grandma's warm apple pie. It just feels safe. It holds value over time because it can't be printed or inflated at will. Dollars? They are the inflation. The more the government prints, the less each dollar is worth. It's like watering down your coffee until you're just sipping hot bean water. Bitcoin is still the new kid on the block. but it's built different. Its supply is capped, coded, and consistent. That's why many call it digital gold. It's not controlled by any one government, and it doesn't inflate with political pressure or short term fixes. Now, I've had real conversations with families right here in Sacramento saying, Josh, our savings aren't growing. We're treading water. Now, that's because if you're saving in dollars, you're in a losing race. Inflation is like running on a treadmill set to 10 while the incline's going up and someone unplugged the fan. Now, here's the pivot. With gold or Bitcoin, you're at least storing your value in something designed not to inflate. But only one of those doesn't require a safe, a scale, or a heavy duty briefcase. Bitcoin can be stored on your phone, divided into tiny units, and sent worldwide without waiting in line at Wells Fargo. And let's be honest, I love a good Planet Fitness workout, but I don't need my money weighing me down like a 45-pound plate in my pocket. Okay, let's talk about something we all deal with, carrying money around. Let's play a little imagination game. I give you $1 million, but it's in gold. Hope you've been hitting leg day because you're going to need a cart, a bodyguard, and probably a chiropractor by the time you make it through TSA at the Sacramento airport. Gold is many things: shiny, respected, historical, but convenient ain't one of them. Now, take cash. Dollars are easier to handle, sure. They fold nicely, fit into your wallet, and scan at your favorite coffee shop. But here's the catch: they come with strings attached. They depend on banks, central authorities, business hours, and sometimes even those weird check hold policies that feel like they were invented in the 1800s. Now, here's Bitcoin: fully digital, borderless, permissionless. You could be in Midtown Sacramento or standing barefoot on a beach in Bali and still send $100,000 with a couple of taps. And it's divisible, crazy divisible, down to 0.000000001 BTC, aka 1 Satoshi. Try splitting a gold coin that many ways without needing safety goggles. Now, you know how I love taking leftover wood, those offcuts most folks would just toss, and turning them into beautiful cutting boards or one of a kind shelves. Bitcoin does the same thing with tiny pieces of digital code. It takes something abstract and it turns it into a decentralized, secure, and elegant store of value. That's the beauty of it. It's not just portable, it's practical. It's like carrying your entire net worth in your front pocket without breaking a sweat. This isn't just about tech. It's about freedom, flexibility, and the power to move your money your way. All right, let's talk real world utility, because it's one thing to debate theory, but what really matters is how these forms of money work in your actual boots on the ground, grocery store on a Saturday kind of life. Let's break it down for you. Gold is mostly used as a hedge. It's the ultimate break glass in case of emergency asset. Central banks hold it, nations hoard it, but it's not exactly buying your kids lunch or helping you Venmo your friend for concert tickets. It's bulky, hard to divide, and let's be real, not accepted at Target. Gold's power is in preserving value long term, but everyday usage, practically none. Dollars are still the day-to-day king. They dominate everything from online shopping to tipping your DoorDash driver. But as we've covered, they're constantly losing value. What bought you a week's worth of groceries 5 years ago barely fills the cart today. It's easy to use, but the trade-off is trust. You trust the value won't erode too fast, and you trust that the system keeps working. Bitcoin? That's where things get spicy. It's gone from niche internet experiment to something real people use every day. El Salvador made it legal tender. Nigeria is seeing massive grassroots adoption. Tesla, MicroStrategy, and PayPal, they've all added Bitcoin to their balance sheets or platforms. And here in Sacramento, I've talked to homeowners who funded their down payments by selling Bitcoin they bought back when it was just a whisper on Reddit. I've had investors pay contractors using crypto, and I've seen buyers use Bitcoin profits to finance remodels on older homes in Citrus Heights and Oak Park. Bitcoin ATMs are popping up at gas stations and corner stores across Roseville, Elk Grove, even South Sac. This isn't some distant tech bro fantasy, it's happening in our neighborhoods in real time. You can now buy groceries, pay bills, invest in property, and support global causes all using Bitcoin. And yes, it's volatile. It has growing pains, but so did the internet. So did the dollar when it was new. Every great innovation gets dismissed before it gets adopted. The adoption curve is rising fast, just like that one crazy over asking offer you got beat out on last spring. And trust me, you don't want to be the one explaining to your future self why you ignored it when the world was clearly shifting. Gold stores wealth. Dollars spend easily but lose value. Bitcoin is becoming both a dynamic, borderless, programmable form of money that's already changing how people live, save, and invest. This is about more than crypto. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and preparing for the way money is moving, not just the way it used to move. Look, I get it. This has been a lot. You probably clicked this video thinking, all right, let's hear this guy talk about Bitcoin for a few minutes. And now here we are, knee deep in supply mechanics, inflation theory, and cross-border finance. Thanks for hanging with me all the way through. I know this topic isn't your typical backyard barbecue conversation. And if it is, I want an invite. But I truly hope this helped open your eyes, spark some new thoughts, or maybe even light a little fire in your belly to keep learning. Now, we've covered a lot: scarcity, inflation, real world use cases. And whether you're still on the fence or feeling fired up to dive deeper, just know this: you're ahead of the curve just being here. If something clicked for you today, if you found even one nugget of clarity, go ahead, hit that like button, drop a comment below, and let me know what stood out to you most. And share this with a friend or coworker who still thinks Bitcoin is only used for video games and internet memes. If you've got real estate questions, or you're just curious about what smart financial moves might look like for your home, your goals, or your family, let's talk. I'm always just a click away. You can book a free discovery call using the link in the description. And whether you're building equity in your first home or building confidence in your understanding of the future of money, this channel is here to serve you, empower you, and keep it real. And remember, a single smile is infectious. It can spread joy and cover a mile. So go be that smile for someone today. I'll see you in the next one.